Hello. We're back.
Oh, yeah.
We weren't going to stream today.
The boys are back down.
We're
back
yep.
down. Bang. Do.
Do you play the Bandle? No, you don't play the
I don't
Bandle.
play Bandle.
You know what? Let's do it right now.
Okay. Starting off the new show strong.
So the Bandle is you get
How fast can we get copyright struck?
you can't because it's MIDI.
Oh.
You get it introduces a new instrument. It starts with the drums.
Okay.
I think you can get this in one.
Okay.
It's any popular song from the past like couple of years.
Okay.
Audio lag? We'll figure it out.
We're playing Bandle.
We're playing Bandle. All right. I don't know how well this is gonna get picked up, but here you go, Will. You don't know this?
No.
You don't know this? Come on.
Play the next one. Next instrument.
No, I'm not playing the next instrument.
What do you
mean? Turn it up. Two hops this time.
Oh, you said popular. That song's not exactly popular.
So popular. That's so It's a cha-cha slide.
Time out. Is it popular, or do you just hear it at every wedding and sporting event you go to?
What's
that
the
doesn't mean
difference?
it's popular. It just means it gets played a lot. Popular means people like it. I don't know anybody who's like, oh man, I fucking can't wait for the cha-cha slide.
So I want to put. This is going to be terrible for audio listeners, but I want to play you the version that they made. I'm going to have to talk a little bit over it so that it gets picked up by the mic.
Right.
Take it back now, y'all. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. Anyway, hi. That's how we start the podcast.
Yes.
Today, so we went to Long Island Retro Game Expo.
Yes.
Yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
2 days ago?
2 days ago. Sunday.
We went to Long Island Retro Game Expo on Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
And we did a little panel there, and it was great. And
Yeah, it was fun. It was nice seeing all you guys.
And we also did a little signing. But we at our panel, we just talked to the audience like the whole time for an hour.
Yes.
And we spent a really, really long time talking about the
console wars.
The console wars.
The state of console gaming in general.
Yes.
Like,
people were talking about like, is Nintendo ever gonna go multi-platform? What's gonna happen with Xbox's next console? What do you think about them not making a console? What do you think about how Game Pass is doing? Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
What about PlayStation? One person asked, do you think when do you think PlayStation will stop making consoles?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that.
Yes.
There's actually a couple of news stories relating to that. So that's what we're gonna be focusing on today.
Yes.
There
was so much at Long Island Retro Gaming during our panel that I didn't get a chance to do our.
Oh.
And it was special Long Island themed because were you aware?
Were you aware?
Were you aware? It's legally distinct. LJN. Do you remember them?
LJ.
They were a notorious video game company from the 80s. They made like the Back to the Future game, the Jaws game,
yes.
the X-Men game. They made all the bad license games that the
LJN,
angry video game nerd plays all the time. Were you aware that in 1990 they were acquired by Long Island's own Acclaim?
I did not know that.
Yes, they became Acclaim's secondary studio. Acclaim used them to get around Nintendo's weird policy of only allowing publishers to publish 5 games a year on the NES.
Oh, yes.
So that was one of the ways Acclaim got around that, and also later used LJN names for some of their licensed properties, like their Spider-Man games on SNES and things like that.
Damn.
So yeah, there you go. A little bit of gaming history right here on Long Island.
Glen Cove.
Yes.
Glen Cove is
Yes.
where they were.
And that was
Or
your
where Acclaim
was. Yeah, you thought I forgot the game fact, but I don't forget game fact.
Game fact.
Yeah.
I restarted the main camera, this camera. So the reason why this camera was delayed was because I switched it to 60 frames, but hopefully nobody notices. I did that because we were getting frame dips. Anyway, Nikachu says, I'm against the console wars, but I do miss the unique hardware benefit for exclusive games on specific hardware established creativity and unique thinking. I don't like the idea of console exclusives, but they do introduce some fun little things like some PlayStation 5 exclusive games getting special functionality with the controller, or Nintendo Switch games getting special functionality with the controller. Stuff like that.
Well, I mean, the console exclusive used to be like the selling point. You know, if you want to play Sonic the Hedgehog, you can only play him on the Sega Genesis. If you want to play Halo, you can only play that on an Xbox. It gave you like a main reason to buy one console over the other, as opposed to like any of the other features or any of the third-party games. Because after a while, the third-party games just were put on every platform.
Okay. Let's also say a very special thank you to Snake Eater with the 5 months. Will can now officially give Bob marriage advice. What do you have for me?
You see, now I'm on the spot. Now I don't know what to say. What
do you think about that?
Yeah,
Danny, thanks for the 8 months. We are here once again to bring these two in holy matrimony. I love us. You haven't figured it out by now. I got married last week.
Yeah.
Gutter is a tool. Thanks for the 32 months. Smart Squirrel. Thanks for the 4 months. Congrats on the new sister, Will.
Thanks.
Majin Jameson. Thanks for the 37 months. Did I forget to turn off alerts? They're probably not working anymore. Majin Jameson. Thanks for 37 months. Junior Moser. Thanks for the 34 months. Normally, the end of a war is to be celebrated. Oh,
is to be celebrated.
Wars.
Yeah,
because we're talking about the console.
Yes.
Wars. Joshua, thank you for the Prime, and H3, thanks for gifting 1 million. I appreciate it. The main cam is still very laggy. Well, it shouldn't be. Oh, you don't mean laggy. You mean the audio is. I think. Yeah. Because if I change it. Because I don't have a delay on that one, but I have a delay on all the other ones.
Interesting.
If I had to guess, I'd imagine it's ahead and not actually behind. Anyway, let's talk about an article so that I can try to fix things.
Okay. You have here at the top of the post a Reddit post saying Sony moving away from hardware-centric model to a platform business.
And did you happen to summarize it like you normally do?
Nope.
I figured.
Well, this says per Sadahiko Hayakawa at Sony, in the gaming business, we are moving away from a hardware-centric business model more to a platform business that expands the community and increases engagement.
Yes, and it continues to say, he says, overall, Sony are making a shift to creation as a company. This is Sony as a whole, not just the PlayStation side of Sony.
Yeah.
As the 3 segments of games, music and pictures make up 60% of Sony's total revenue. They also have like a ton of real estate. Isn't that like what their like main business is?
Yeah. I mean, I know that their headquarters in Japan, they sold that building to like another company and then just rented floor space in it so that they could like save some money.
I thought like a majority of their of their profit ended up being like something stupid like real estate.
Yeah.
Anyway, for example, shifting from output devices like TVs and to creation devices like digital cameras. Also, things like music streaming, music catalogs, Crunchyroll, and teaming up with Bandai Namco to create new entertainment and IP. In the gaming business, the shift towards a platform business is increasing. He says they are transitioning to entertainment creation to expand and to improve stability and profitability. This is in direct contrast to what everybody has been thinking about Sony, how they are doing great with their console, and that everybody would be like, hey, you're doing so good, the PlayStation 5 selling so well, you should do more of that. And he's over here saying, well,
it's not enough.
Yeah, we want to do more. We want to empower our end users to create their own stuff. I always thought that their camera business was very, very small.
I mean, I don't think it gets enough attention, but like their camera business, like for years, like the Sony A7 whatever is were like the cameras.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
no, they sell a lot for
Yeah.
sure, but I just think that there's not as big of a market for cameras as there is for like a PlayStation.
Yeah, definitely not anymore. But I mean, they do have a lot of hands in a lot of things. They're, like they said, televisions, headphones. There's a big business for them, especially like on like the professional, like enterprise side of things. So they're like professional cameras and their video recording equipment and things like that. Like Sony's like the name for like a lot of that stuff.
Yeah. So it's interesting to see them trying to shift focus a little bit, even though they are doing so good in a lot of different ways. And then there's another link here from the Reddit post that says Sony job listing signals intention to expand multi-platform strategy, including Xbox and Nintendo platforms. Oh yeah, we read this. This is an old one.
Yeah,
we read this like the last time we streamed. That they're hiring somebody to handle their publishing so that they can publish on Nintendo and on Xbox.
Yeah.
Which they've already been doing. They already have Lego Horizon.
Yes.
Helldivers famously launched
to Xbox.
it's coming to Xbox, famously launched the same day on PC.
Yes.
So that makes sense. It's probably doing very well for them. They're going to want to expand to other stuff. I'd imagine they're still making a PlayStation 6.
Absolutely.
We're going to see a PlayStation 6. We'll probably even see a PlayStation 7. But it's looking like they know that they don't need to trap people in their ecosystem. It's probably more beneficial for them to get their games on other platforms to make it more accessible to people, and that'll make it easier for people to buy their games, and then they'll get more people.
I think it's less about. I mean, I'm sure they love like having people trapped on their own ecosystem, but I think it's more about it's harder and harder to make money in like big budget gaming these days, and I think they've seen an uptick in profitability when they put The Last of Us and God of War and Spider-Man on Steam. So, you know, the sales that they're getting from PS5 releases are good, but clearly it's not enough. So expanding outward to other platforms, even Xbox and Switch, gives them more revenue incoming rather than just putting it out on one system and eventually sales stalling.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this at Long Island Retro, but back in the day, it used to be you buy one box for your TV, and you buy every game on that box, and they sell the box at a loss so that they can make their money back on the software sales.
Yeah.
And now every company's starting to rethink that. I mean, Sony doesn't have to because they're on the top right now. They could continue to put people inside of their little walled garden and try to make money on the software side. But it seems like they're seeing some sort of data that putting their games on other platforms gives them more of a reach, and it might be more worth it. I mean, it makes sense. Like, if they're not really making that much money from the console itself, why not just allow people to buy their software wherever they want? I guess back in the day, there weren't that many first-party studios. Like, they had first-party studios, but there was a lot of third-party stuff. People were buying a lot of third-party stuff. These days, Sony owns a lot of studios.
Yeah.
Xbox owns a lot of studios. Nintendo calls all of their studio Nintendo Studios, so I guess they have a lot of first-party.
But like, you know, and the third-party studios too, because like they used to make deals with the third parties, like, hey, you only release this game with our system, and that's it. But I think the third parties were the first to realize that like this is not sustainable for us. We have to release everywhere in order to get some sort of money back from this. You see that with Square Enix. They put Final Fantasy 16 on PlayStation first, and that wasn't enough for them. They like had a big loss, so they had to start putting it on Xbox and PC eventually. So they learned it, and then I think the platform holders have to learn it next.
Yeah, and also, back in the day, it was a lot harder to launch your game on multiple platforms because you have to. Every platform had completely different architecture.
Yes.
But now they're all basically PCs. So now it's like way easier to get your stuff on other stuff. It probably used to cost a lot to get your game to be ported to other platforms. And these days, it probably costs very little.
Well, I think it balances out because maybe the cost of porting over isn't as high, but the cost of making a game is astronomical these days. Like it's costing, like I think in the Insomniac leak, it said that Spider-Man 2 cost like $300 million to make. Like that's insane. That the PlayStation 5 was like not as widespread as it is now when that game came out. There was no way they were going to make their money back, you know, in a timely manner just by launching on the PlayStation 5. It had to come to PC. It didn't come to PC at launch, but it eventually would have to come to PC in order to get any sort of profit.
Yeah. So that, I mean, this is all pro-consumer.
Yeah, no, it is.
Some people get really upset when an exclusive game launches for a different platform.
Yeah, I don't know. Like they're still holding on to the old mentality, you know, of I bought this machine, so this is the machine I'm going to stick with. So anything that is outside of this machine sucks and is bad, and only this machine is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm glad most people seem to be getting away from that. I mean, we've been outside of the console wars for many years.
Yes.
Except that there are still small pockets of the console wars happening. Like,
yeah.
I mean, like maybe like when the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series were coming out, like it didn't seem like there were really that much console wars talk going on.
Yeah.
It really didn't seem like it was that big of a deal. They're back because of the Steam Deck and the Switch. The Switch 2 really brought out a lot of console wars talk. And the PS5, there's a lot of PlayStation like fanboys. There are Xbox fanboys, but there's not enough of them to have to worry about.
Well, I think because Xbox, you know, it was very obvious last gen that they came in last.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't sell enough systems. Like they were the whipping boy for the first few years of the generation. And like nobody seemed to care about Xbox releases. They didn't have the games to like warrant wanting to pick up that machine over a PS4. And that sentimentality carried over into this generation. You know, everybody had a PS4, so might as well just get the PS5. There was not a reason to switch over.
Yeah. It didn't seem like there was a lot of it seemed like there was a clear winner, basically.
Yeah.
And that's why everybody kind of shut up and let them have their cake.
Yeah.
But now there's little pockets of console wars with the Steam Deck and the Switch and a little bit of PlayStation.
But I feel like a lot of that, like not that it's like I'm not going to blame the media for this, believe it or not, but like a lot of that's like forced.
Well, in my opinion, it's people who bought one box and they were told this box is the best box and you get the best performance out of this box. And now there's a new box that's out and people are like, this box is almost as good as your box.
Yeah.
It's not anywhere near as good as my box. I paid so much money for this box.
No, I know. It's tale as old as time.
Yeah.
Right? You know, the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo, the original console war, you know, it's like, oh, we got Sonic. Yeah, well, we got Mario. Yeah, well, we got Mortal Kombat with blood in it. Yeah, well, we got a better version of Street Fighter. Like, yeah, well, we got the better version of Aladdin. Like, yeah, well, we got Super Metroid. And Sega's like, yeah, well, we got Comic Zone. So what do you got, bitch? You know, that's what it used to be back in the day. Now it's like the systems are much more on equal in terms of like performance. They're much more on equal footing.
Yeah, we're getting pretty close. Yeah. And there are still those like, well, I have Halo. Well,
But even then, like, you know, the consoles in terms of like install base were fairly matched, at least for the longest time during their generations. Like the Genesis and the Super Nintendo were like fairly neck and neck for most of that generation. And even in the next generation, like the N64 and the PS1, I know the PS1 like sold so much more than the N64, but there was still like, you know, some performance parity and sales parity between the two. And then when the next generation, when the Xbox came in and the GameCube, Xbox and the GameCube, don't let people lie to you. There was not that much of a sales difference between those two.
Really?
It was like 21 million for the GameCube and 26 million for the original Xbox. The PlayStation 2 sold 150 million units. That was the out and out winner.
Best selling console of all time.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
They
keep finding votes.
Well, like my point is like there was and then in the next generation with the 360 and the PS3, there was still like sales parity between the two.
Mm-hmm.
So like there was the sense that like there was like a console war, for lack of a better term. Whatever box you bought was the box you were stuck with for that generation. When the PS4 came out and like easily trounced the Xbox One, that kind of like signaled that like the war is over, because by then Nintendo was like, man, fuck this, I don't want to do this shit anymore.
I was saying on Sunday they all fell into their little niches.
Yeah.
Nintendo fell into the handheld niche right around the Switch time.
Well, Nintendo fell into their niche right around the Wii time, because that was like the best selling system of that generation, and it was from that point on, Nintendo was like, we're just gonna do Nintendo shit.
Yeah, they instead of trying to get ports for AAA games, they decided we'll just be the weaker console. We'll focus on family games.
Yeah.
But now they're in a similar, but they dug a deeper niche for themselves.
Yeah.
Because now they're handheld basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you have Sony and Microsoft is digging their own niche right now. We're seeing them kind of abandon the console wars.
They're abandoning it, but still want to keep like a foot in it.
Mm.
You know, they're still selling Xboxes. They're coming out with an Xbox branded piece of hardware later this year with the Ally.
This is all changing what we know to be the console wars.
Yes,
because they're fighting. They're all fighting different battles now.
Yes.
I thought this was interesting. Tom Warren tweeted this. Ninja Theory tweeted about Hellblade 2, the enhanced version, and this post says all of the platforms that Hellblade's on. It's on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and X, X and S, and Xbox on PC.
Yes.
Steam and Game Pass. And then somewhere it also says, down here, Xbox PC.
Yeah, because I saw the article that referenced this tweet. Xbox has not made it clear what their PC branding is.
Yeah.
Is it Xbox on PC or Xbox PC? Because there's technically two different things.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Xbox PC is Microsoft's next generation.
Yeah.
I think Xbox on PC is... There's not going to be a next Xbox. It's going to be a computer, and it's going to be a computer environment.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And I think that's potentially really cool, because I have no reason to buy an Xbox.
Yeah.
But I have a PC, and I have a bunch of PC handhelds, and if all of those could give me the exact same experience that an Xbox gives me, I think that that's super cool. I like the console experience. I like the Xbox experience, but I like the versatility and the performance and the ease. I like having all my games on the computer.
Yeah,
it allows me to do a lot more stuff.
Yeah, there is like not a simplicity, but like PC gaming has come such a long way from what it was even like 10 years ago, where it's, everything pretty much works nowadays. Compatibility issues are few and far between. The library syncing across platforms is leaps and bounds ahead of what the console platforms offer you. Yes, like Sony has something like that and Xbox has something like that. Nintendo says they have something like that, but then it's laughable. But like it's so easy with like Steam and Epic to just like load up your library and download your saves. They make it so like simple and like intuitive. Whereas console still kind of like lags behind in that.
There was something in I don't want. Don't you think console wars make better games? Says Organic Silver Moon Designs. Yes, I think that now it's. Competition is good for everybody.
Yes,
it's good for the consumer. And there is still that, like, just because these. The big three companies are publishing games on other platforms doesn't mean that there's no competition.
Yeah.
Because Microsoft owns a bunch of studios, Sony owns a bunch of studios. Those studios are still competing against each other. So it's still fine. we're still gonna get the competition that we got before. The only thing that's gonna affect is there's not gonna be competition between the consoles themselves. Sony is the clear winner, and they have no competition with their big box that's in the living room.
Yes.
And they kind of need it because their box is. I don't like PlayStation.
Yeah.
I don't like the physical PlayStation. But they'll have competition with PC. Again, the console wars is just different than what we had previously. Before it was this box versus this box versus this box. Now it's PlayStation versus your phone versus a computer versus your laptop versus your desktop PC versus a tablet. So there's a lot more stuff vying for our time. And that's what these big companies are fighting over.
I think also too, like, going back to the fact that, like, with PC gaming, you can, get it on more or less any device. Like, I think more and more people like that, especially because the biggest games right now, Fortnite, Minecraft, Roblox, like, those are the same across every device. And, like, your profile carries over from device to device. And I think people really like that and, like, want that experience more, and you can't get that with a lot of consoles.
You can't get what?
The carryover from, like, device to device.
Oh yeah. Yes, it's very nice to have. I mean, that's another thing that's great about gaming right now is the cross-platform play.
Yeah,
being able to play my Fortnite between my phone and my computer and my PlayStation and all of that stuff. And that wouldn't be possible without Fortnite.
Yeah.
Fortnite, like pioneer. Fortnite basically forced PlayStation to play along with that. And that's another reason why I think the console wars is over or has changed completely, because now there's like account systems between each game, and these games are kind of breaking the console line, and that's also been great for us as consumers. And bad in some aspects. Like, a lot of these games are free to play and they have microtransactions out the ass. But it's still nice to be able to carry all of my stuff between any device I want. I like fucking around with devices, and I like being able to move all my shit between all these different devices.
Yeah.
Okay. That's console wars. Well, we also have here Sony admits live service plans have gone smoothly.
Have
not gone smoothly. Why don't you read that so that I could try to fix our audio issues?
Sony's chief financial. I'm already doing great. Sony's chief financial officer.
While you talk, the audio might like cut out for a second or whatever. Just bear with us. There might be some sync things. We're gonna try to get there.
Okay, maybe I can finally save the sentence.
Okay.
Sony's chief financial officer says the company will learn from its live service failures, but insists that progress has been made despite them. In a Q&A session following the company's latest financial results, one caller asked its panel of executives for an update on the current status of PlayStation's live service plans and where it sees the issues when it comes to improving its live service games. Sony CFO Lin Tao replied that despite negativity surrounding Sony's live service offerings thanks to the issues with Concord and Marathon, she still believes live service games are worthwhile because they've added a revenue stream that didn't exist for the company 5 years ago. Last year, Concord shut down, and this year, Marathon was postponed, so somewhat negative news has been coming out, Tao said via an interpreter. But we look at the past 5 years. 5 years ago, live service games were almost non-existent for PlayStation Studios.
How is the sync now? Is this good, or does it need to be fixed more?
We now have Helldivers 2, MLB The Show, Gran Turismo 7, and Bungie's Destiny 2. So we have these 4 live service contributing to sales and profits in a stable manner. Tao had earlier noted that Sony's results presentation that live service games accounted for 40% of first-party software revenue in the past quarter, and cited this again in her reply. For Q1, the live service ratio was about 40%. Full year, it's a little less, probably around 20 to 30%, she said. So in terms of transformation, it's not entirely going smoothly. But for a long-term perspective, if you look at the changes over 5 years, you see that there's definitely a change. Of course, we recognize that there are still many issues, so we could learn the lessons from mistakes and make sure that we introduce live service content where there's less waste and it's more smooth.
How about now? Is it better or is it the same? Worse? Wiggle it in the other direction. Well, those cameras. Focus on this camera. You only care about this camera. This should be better, right? The other cameras might be worse. I think I'm going the other direction. Worse? Way worse? I feel like I don't believe you guys. Oh, it is so much worse.
Ah!
Okay. I'll fix that. Will, I was not paying attention to you at all. Summarize what you just said.
Sony's Sony CFO Lin Tao said in an investors call that there have been several issues with live service games. They acknowledge that, specifically Concord shutting down.
Oh, you don't say.
And Marathon being postponed. But overall, live service revenue accounts for about 40% of revenue for PlayStation. And that it is a great revenue stream that didn't exist for them 5 years ago. So basically, is she saying that, yes, these live service games are good money for us? Like, that's why they exist.
Yeah, I mean, that makes perfect. I mean, these are kind of things we knew. I mean, a game like Concord, we know it. That's the problem with live service games, is that it's a massive risk.
Yeah.
It could be a huge amount of money for these guys, and a lot of them are the whales that are carrying whole industries like Fortnite, but not everything can be Fortnite.
So I think this is a problem with all of entertainment, be it video games or movies and whatnot, but things need to be a hit right away. Otherwise they're considered failures.
Right.
You know? I mean, look at Fantastic Four. That is technically a hit, but it wasn't like the big hit previous Marvel movies have been, so people are looking at it as a failure. A game like Concord, you know, didn't really even have the chance to like prove itself. It was like shut down in like 2 weeks. You know, video games need to become a hit immediately, but the problem is most live service games don't become popular immediately.
Yeah.
Like, those games out of every game like need long tails in order to prove themselves.
Live service games need to be hugely successful immediately, or else they're massive losses. There is a chance for live service games to fix themselves.
Mm-hmm.
It's very difficult though. There's been a handful of live service games that have launched, not done great, or people didn't like them, and then years later, or a year or two down the road, they've gotten way, way better.
Yeah.
So if they're given a chance, like Concord, there's a world where Concord could have been fixed and made better, but it would be a really tough uphill battle, and they would need to dump a lot more money into it, and it's still a huge risk.
Mm-hmm.
You still don't know if that's gonna happen. I always think about Rainbow Six Siege, because that game launched, and I hated that game, and I think it wasn't received well when it first launched.
Right.
Years later, it became like a huge hit,
like one of the top streaming games.
Yeah, it got more players than it did at launch.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still hugely successful for Ubisoft. So there's plenty of examples of live service games like that have launched to a dud and then fixed themselves later.
Or that like launched quietly and like continue to chug along rather successfully. Like Warframe. Warframe was never like Fortnite levels of popular, but it's always been consistent with like its quality and like its player base.
Right.
Because they understand that like slow and steady like is better than like right out the gate real fast.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You're just saying the main camera is about half a second out. Okay. Here's why the main camera is half a second out. Because in order to get it to 60 frames, I had to lower it to 1080p, and I think that made it faster. I think that made it go to the capture card faster.
Okay.
So I could make it 4K again, but then I gotta fuck with a lot of stuff, but I'm trying not to do that. What I like the 24. Why 60 now? Well, you didn't even know the difference, so it's because the frame rate was choppy, and we seem to have fixed that.
What about 30? Is that still too low, or
It was actually always 30.
Okay.
It was never 24. So, fix it next show. Well, I'll probably still worry about it. I might try to find a happy medium with the delay. Anyway, dreaming of Nishmas, thanks for the 17 months. Hey, Wolf Bros, I'll be going to New York City for the first time this weekend for my 30th birthday. Oh my God, congratulations. Wow. Any must-see/must-do activities besides the Nintendo store?
That's like everybody's like first thing, like the Nintendo store.
The Nintendo store is very close to Bryant Park. Bryant Park is very nice. There is also Culture Espresso. Culture Espresso is very close. They have a really good chocolate chip cookie, I hear. And you are also right by J&L Game, which is a retro game store.
Yeah.
And there's Kotobukiya, which is a nice Japanese bookstore, but they have those a lot of places.
Yeah. If you want to take the walk, Midtown Comics is like a 10-20 minute walk from there. They're like the mainstream comic store, but like, you know, they got good stuff there. Trying to think what else. Times Square isn't that far from there. Yeah. You
don't go to Times Square.
Yeah.
Don't go to fucking Times.
It's filled with Elmos.
Yeah. There's a lot around the Nintendo store area. Also, if you want food, take the trip to Brooklyn. Go to Williamsburg. Or Dumbo, or over between, or the space in between. Mega Dragon. Hey, we know him.
Yeah.
Thanks for the 28 months. Hey, Bob, it was great seeing you at Long Island Retro this past weekend. I picked up your giant playmat. Oh, and I love it. Feels great using it on my desk. Also, can't wait to try your fancy coffee cup too, and your shirt that apparently glows in the dark. Oh my God, he got all the stuff.
Wow, look
Thank
at
you. Very much. So go anywhere in New York. City. Thanks, Bob. Shut the. All right. What else do we have here? I'm afraid to go into the backlog because I want to try to fix some things first.
Okay. So we just keep going down the list.
Oh, I mean, PlayStation 5 sold 80 million units. We kind of touched on.
Yeah,
this.
we kind of touched on it.
Go for it.
Sony has announced that its latest quarterly financial report that the PS5 sold 80.3 million units since its launch in November of 2020. The report, which can be read here, covers a full scope of Sony as a business. On page 12, it details the PS5's performance as well as software and peripherals on the platform. The PS5 sold 2.5 million units in Q1 of this year, a slight rise from Q1 of last year. Software sales across PS5 and PS4 are up significantly, however, with 65.9 million copies sold compared to 53.6 the same time last year.
God bless you.
Thank you. How's your sync now? Monthly active users for PlayStation Plus are also up. 123 million were recorded this year compared to 116 million last year. DLC saw a slight increase as well. So that's a lot of numbers. But what does that mean? It means that there's continued growth across pretty much all aspects of the PlayStation 5 business. PlayStation revenue for games, game DLC, and hardware is up. Plus, there are more people playing games on PS5 than before. So the PS5 is selling very well. It is on pace with what the PS4 was doing at this time in its life cycle, give or take a few million units. So by all accounts, the PS5 is a success. It is weird to hear though, because like not many people I know own a PS5.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, it was how many years until people were actually able to like buy one in a store? It was like 3 good years before you could like walk into a store and see it. But even during that time, it was still hugely successful.
Yeah.
Because it just kept leaving the shelves. It would get stocked and then it would leave. That was not really Sony's fault. There was a lot of like contributing factors to that. I mean, right now, the Switch is selling a lot, and it's a brand new console that I don't know if you could like walk into Target and buy one right now, but it seems like anybody who wanted to get one was pretty it was a pretty easy buying process.
It doesn't
for
seem
most people.
hard to get.
Yeah, it seems like if you try at all to get one,
Yeah.
you're gonna end up getting one. Even when Donkey Kong Bonanza came out, they were like at Best Buy, they had like stacks of them.
Yeah.
So, anyway, there used to be a nice tea shop across from the Nintendo store, but it's not there.
Yeah, Super Mario World, Super Mario Kart World bundle, Switch 2, $500. I can just add it to cart right now.
Best Buy?
Best Buy.
Hell yeah.
I won't because I don't have that kind of money. I'm not. I'm not rich.
What did I do? What did I spend my dumb money on? I had that moment.
Oh, I have that moment all the time.
Oh, I was able to cancel my Ioneo Flip pre-order.
Nice.
$1,500 because I'm borrowing one.
Right.
So, thank you.
My friend,
I'm afraid to say who I'm borrowing it from because I don't want to get them in trouble. But
my friend was sending me over pictures of the G.I. Joe classified HasLab that they're doing now, the Snowcat.
Okay.
And this is like the 4th or 5th vehicle they've done. And I never want the vehicles are cool, but I never want the vehicles. I want the figures that they come with.
Okay.
Because they're always really cool figures. This one comes with Flint and Lady J, and I forgot the other guy comes with. But like they got like snow cooking gear, like a frying pan with like eggs in it and like a coffee kettle. So like you can like have them in the snow with their coffee and their eggs. That's cool. Like I want that. I don't want the Snowcat necessarily.
Right.
But they're never going to release those figures outside of the Snowcat, and I don't want to spend $350 on the Snowcat.
$350?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you need that.
No, I don't.
Start a toy channel.
I should. Unless Hasbro. Hey, Hasbro. Send us stuff. We can pivot. We'll pivot.
Are you reading the Skybound G.I. Joe Transformers?
Yes, I not Transformers. That series is almost over, so I'm going to read it when it's all collected. But the G.I. Joe series, really good. It's a lot of fun. Highly recommend it.
Okay. I think our sync is not as bad as it once was, so
Hooray!
I'm going to leave it. I really just... I changed the mic delay, so all of the cameras are now...
Okay.
They're like... I'm like squeezing it together. All right. Is the audio delayed or is it just my stream? Fuck you, man. God. It's just this one camera.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll squeeze it together a little more. It's pretty horrible. All right. It's not that bad. I stopped watching, just listening. All right, fuck you. I'm trying to switch to just these cameras because these cameras are not out of.
Is there a way to kill the main camera and just do the, or is that gonna break everything?
There is a way. I just don't really want.
Okay, that's fair.
You know what? I can have it switch quicker to the other camera.
Okay,
Do that.
Then do that.
About 3 to 5 seconds out of sync. That is absolutely not true.
Wow.
It is not that far out of sync. Do you guys just play Switch and PC, or do you play Xbox or PlayStation as well? I play everything. I mostly play on PC though. Actually, you know what? I take it back. I'm mostly PC. I've been playing a lot of Switch, so I guess you're right.
I've been Steam Deck a lot recently just because it's easier, more convenient. Like I could just pick it up and play on the couch. Like I miss playing like big console games on my TV though, but like it's such a time commitment these days to like sit down on the couch and like play something. I did turn on my Xbox recently, but not to play a game, to watch 28 Years Later. Which you all should do that. That movie is incredible.
You're saying my camera's out of sync.
Okay, well, why don't we...
You know what? I'm gonna stop the recording and I'll patch it together later. Back.
Okay.
You don't get any other cameras, you only get this one. Bob, did you order an Ioneo 1S? That is literally what we just talked about right before the break. I canceled it because I'm borrowing one. Okay. And that was Will's comic book rant segment of the WULFF Den Podcast. Yes, if you're joining us not live, you missed about 10 minutes of the Will show. Okay. Let's do this. Backlog!
Backlog! Backlog! Backlog!
Hey guys, backlog time.
What's the backlog, you may be asking? Well, shut up. I'm going to tell you. The backlog is a segment of WULFF DEN Podcast where we go through our entire video game collection, a collection of 1,051 games. We added one. We're going to pick one at random and talk about it regardless of whether or not we've played it.
1051, you said?
Yes.
Every time I go, I Google random number generator for this, and now it's been autofilling randomositygaming.itch.io. It's a Sonic Colors demastered. Anyway, the random number is 866.
866. We have to re-roll because that's Assassin's Creed.
Okay, and this is 559.
559. That is, hold on.
We're doing too many backlogs is the problem.
Rainbow Six Vegas
Ooh.
for the PC.
Did we do Vegas 2?
I don't think we've done a Rainbow Six.
Rainbow Six Vegas. I loved this game.
This was a really good game. I played it on 360.
This is
but
moist critical gaming. I didn't know. Okay, we don't hear him.
I played it on 360, but I know like the PC version and the 360 version are like more or less the same game.
Yeah, they're all pretty much the same. I was a huge Rainbow Six guy, and I was big into Rainbow Six 3. I played a. Well, I mean, we played the first one, but I wasn't like that into the first one. I played Rainbow Six Rogue Spear, which is the second one.
Yeah.
And then I was really, really into Rainbow Six 3. And when Vegas came out, I got really, really into Vegas.
Yeah.
We played it on Xbox, but then I think I also got it on PC.
I think you might have got it on PC first. I got it on Xbox. This is like well into the system's life cycle. It was like $3 at GameStop.
Okay.
I'm like, why not?
I was big into playing these games with mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to continue that and play it on PC. I remember eventually playing it on Xbox because I wanted to play some couch co-op. And it had a pretty decent like split screen co-op.
Yeah.
And it was great for that. But this game, I think, is best with a mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, I think
it's a tactical shooter. And I think aim is very, very important in this game.
It's a tactical shooter, but it is also much more action focused than the previous Rainbow Six games had been. Because like the previous Rainbow Six games were very like methodical and slow paced. You have to like plan your routes and whatnot. This was less of that. It was much faster. The levels were much more like linear. Like there's still like branching paths, but like it still like funnels you into one direction. And they implemented like a cover system in this. So like you'll see in the video, sometimes it goes third person when you're like against the wall and like you can
right there, yeah,
peek over the corner, you can blind fire and things like that.
Around this time in games, everyone was doing cover systems.
Yes.
You had Gears of War, you had this, there was other games. But I think it worked really well in this game.
Yeah.
I mean, this game is, this is like a SWAT team game.
Yeah.
So like taking cover in like a SWAT team game is like you're a SWAT team. Like you shouldn't really be, you should be like dominating.
Yeah.
But it worked for this. I liked being able to like blind fire. You just kind of hold the gun out and shoot.
Yeah.
And you have like terrible aim. That was pretty fun. But the main draw to Rainbow Six games is planning out your route before you enter the mission, picking your gear, and demanding your other teammates where to go.
Yeah.
And what to do. You can make them breach doors for you.
Mm-hmm.
You can make them take care of hostages. You can make them attack the enemy. All of that stuff. I like being able to plan out how I'm gonna shoot the bad guys or how I'm gonna progress through the level.
Right. But this game, I'm pretty sure this game got rid of like the planning feature.
Yeah, it didn't
and,
have. This game had a linear like story. Like you kind of did everything in one go.
Yeah. It still had
that. I didn't love that about this.
It still had tactical features. Like you could like still command like where your team go and tell them what to do. But it was definitely much more focused on a faster pace than the previous Rainbow Six games. That said, it's still a good game. It's still a lot of fun. Yeah,
people didn't like this one as much because it was a little bit more of a departure from traditional Rainbow Six. It was more like an action game.
Mm-hmm.
It had a little bit more of like the arcadey Call of Duty than like an actual like tactical game like Rainbow Six 3 where you plan out your route and your utility and stuff. This game did still have you like pick your weapons and your equipment and stuff. This game, I played a lot of the multiplayer.
Yes, the Rainbow Six games have always had really good multiplayer.
Yes. And what was really, really cool about this game versus the other ones is the cover system.
Yeah.
But also, the other games, you picked a primary weapon, a secondary weapon, and then your like equipment.
Yeah.
This game, you got 2 primary weapons and a secondary weapon, I think. So you could have two. You can finally like have an assault rifle and a sniper rifle at the same time. That made the loadouts like way easier. It made the game feel way better. Part of what I loved about the Rainbow Six games was picking the loadout and changing all of the little stuff on your gun and making like the perfect gun basically for you to use. This allowed you to pick 2 of the perfect guns. And this game added like the grappling. You could like rappel down the building and stuff. But that's part of like the arcadiness. Like these levels were more like action focused. It wasn't so much like you were entering a building and rescuing the hostages. It was more like you're playing through a linear first person story. That being said, it was still an amazing game. I still really like this. And there was a second one.
Yes.
That was basically the same.
Yes. I don't think the second one really added any new features other than like more parts of Las Vegas to explore. I remember a big selling point in this game was the rappelling down the building, because that was also when it like moved to third person. And you just like rappel down. You can like slow rappel, like walk down the building, and like fire through the windows and stuff and jump through the windows and stuff. That was really cool. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And again, it had a really good co-op. So if you want to play this with other people, you can play through the whole story with a second person.
Yeah.
And we did that a little bit. I think there's even a Let's Play on the main WULFF Den.
Yes.
It's like the second video we ever made. Or
yes.
something like that.
This is your deep WULFF Den lore.
If you know what? Rainbow Six Vegas WULFF Den. Let's see if it comes up.
It's got to come up.
Oh, no. 11 years ago.
Oh, geez. Oh, God, I was thin.
600 views.
Hell yeah.
October 2013. Okay, so this was like 4 weeks into us having a YouTube channel.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Tom Clancy had just died.
So this was, in memory of Tom Clancy, RIP, we will be playing Rainbow Six Vegas for Xbox 360. Here we are playing.
There we go.
So there you go. Somebody said this was our 13-year anniversary.
Yeah.
No, this says 11 years. Oh, maybe it's... No. 12 years.
12 years. 2013 was when this shit started. Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay.
Go watch this video if you really want.
Go watch this video if you want to see some crap. If you want to play Rainbow Six Vegas, I don't know if it's backwards compatible on Xbox
Lord
One.
Jitterjagger says Vegas 2 is 75% off right now.
I was going to say Vegas 2 is currently on sale for $2.50 on Steam. Vegas 1 is not. It is $10 on Steam. It is currently the only Rainbow Six game not on sale on Steam for some reason.
We have Rainbow Six 3 a million different ways. I recently purchased it on Steam because it was $3.
Yeah.
So
we do not have Vegas on Steam, I think, because that was back when games came on discs.
We have the disc. However, I'm almost positive I pirated it first. That's the backlog. Check the game out.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. See you later.
Bye.
On the podcast side, WULFF Den Dad's in the chat. Dad checking in. I want to thank my fans who asked for my autograph and took a selfie at Long Island Retro Games on Sunday. He did get asked for an autograph.
Yes.
I think it was Mecha Dragon. Breaking news, new GameCube Switch Online. I think we talked about it while Will was vamping.
Yes. So this might have been lost, but if you missed it, Chibi Robo is coming to Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo Classics on Switch 2, Switch Online plus expansion pack, August 21st. That is next week. So there you go. Another GameCube game added to the list.
They don't usually when they announce it, they drop it like immediately.
I've seen them do it where like they announce it like ahead of time. You know, I guess the GameCube games they want to like generate hype for. Cheap ass gamer, the first comment. For those wondering, this is the good Chibi Robo.
Oh, I'm gonna like that.
Yeah.
I might play this. Been hearing a lot about Cheap Robo.
Yeah.
I haven't played it.
It's one of those that came out towards the end of the GameCube life cycle. So like people were like not really into it, and like people were like they were making less and less games for it. So it was hard to come by.
I gotta play more retro games. Like like this. I was playing Rainbow Six 3 on my Steam Deck. It's rough playing it on the Steam Deck, but it's kind of fun.
I just want to.
It's kind of fun having janky controls. You know.
I want to start playing PS2 and GameCube games again. Like I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm old, but like I miss that like generation of games. That was like some of like the more creative and interesting games. Like
yeah, and what I think is creative and interesting about that generation is that things weren't standardized yet. So
true.
So like controls weren't standardized. They focused more on having an interesting and unique game mechanic that drove you through the game.
But also too,
so
like
the gameplay loops were always different.
Not everything was trying to be Call of Duty. Not everything was trying to be, you know, fucking Minecraft. Like they were all trying to be their own unique things.
Yeah. And even the ones that were trying to be Call of Duty were doing something different.
I mean, to be fair, every game was trying to be Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
But like even still, like Spider-Man 2 was like trying to be Grand Theft Auto, but in a Spider-Man way.
Yeah, that's the thing. It was trying to be Grand Theft Auto, but you swung around. The core mechanic, the gameplay loop.
Yeah, it found ways like to be different. So.
Yeah. Beat 'em ups. You know him.
He's in the chat. He's Australian.
Xbox 360 had some really fun and unique games. I always felt like that was last gen of getting interesting ideas outside of indies. I sort of agree.
Yeah, I always feel like that generation was like that was like the PS2 GameCube generation, but like with polish. You know?
Yeah. That was around when things started to get standardized, and then the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One era is when everything was the same.
Yeah.
Every game was the same. You had like 4 different game types. You had sports games. Yeah, you had third-person action games.
Yeah.
You had first-person shooters.
Platformers.
Yeah. Not on Xbox.
Not on Xbox.
Anyway, we do have many superb indie games now.
Yes.
We do.
I'm looking to sell my copy of Twin Snakes. How much should I ask for?
Give me.
Yeah, just give it to us.
Give me.
P.O. Box, what it? 508?
696 Old Bethpage Road, #508. Old Bethpage, New York, 11804.
Yeah, send it to us. We will not give you money for it.
I'm not paying you a dime. But give me Twin Snakes. Give me.
I've seen it go at like conventions for like between $60 and $100. So that's what you're looking at.
I'm thinking 100 for that game.
Yeah.
I'm thinking 100 is like a good deal.
If
that game.
you have everything, manual, box, both discs.
Yeah. Sell it because $100 is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Anyway, next news. We wasted a lot of time because I fucked up. Let's plow through the Switch 2 price increase because that was kind of supposed to be part of the console war thing. But...
Switch 1 price increase.
Oh, I forgot.
That's the big deal. The original Nintendo Switch, which has cost $299.99 in the US since it launched in 2017, is now priced at $339.99 on Nintendo's online store. Other first-gen Switch models are now more expensive too, with the Switch OLED going from $350 to $400 and the Switch Lite going from $200 to $230. Nintendo said on Friday that its decision to raise the price was based on market conditions just after implementing a similar new set of prices in Canada on August 1st. The U.S. announcement came just one day after President Donald Trump signed an executive order that will impose a new reciprocal tariffs on a range of countries. Trump's growing list of tariffs now includes a 20% levy on products imported from Vietnam, where Nintendo has transferred most of its production.
But that's not why.
No.
But that's not why.
That's not
It's just a coincidence.
Yes, of course. Obviously.
That was the day before they made it.
Nintendo is just greedy. They just want more of your money. If they were a real company, they would eat the cost of it.
I think RGT tweeted, and you guys still think it's the tariffs. And I can't tell if he I think he might. I don't know if he was serious or not. Anyway, yes, it's amazing that the Switch 2 didn't get a price. I would imagine that they baked it into the price already. I'd imagine they're taking a little bit of a hit, but also they put some buffer in before they even announced the price.
Well, I mean, they also raised the price of the accessories.
Yes.
So, like, I think that helps out a lot.
I think the Switch 2 was going to be $400.
Yeah.
And then when all the tariff stuff went down, they were like, $450.
Yeah. What I'm trying to figure out, though, is they have never sold the Switch for less than its launch MSRP. Right? The Switch launched at $300. Yeah, it's launched at $300, and it always has been $300. Traditionally, during a console's life cycle, they will lower the price at some point because technology always gets cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way that it costs them the same amount to make a Switch 1 as it did in 2017. There's no way. So theoretically, even with all these tariffs, they could still sell a Switch 1 for $300 and not be affected by the tariff increase.
Well, I mean, why raise the price then? Clearly, they're raising the price because there's an issue.
Right.
So maybe the tariffs are that bad.
I mean, they're pretty bad. Yeah, let's be clear. But I feel because like this is, first of all, who's buying Switch 1s now that the Switch 2 is out?
Yeah.
Now nobody's going to be buying a Switch 1 because for like just a little bit more, for the cost of Metal Gear Solid the Twin Snakes on GameCube, you can get a Switch 2 now. You know? So
yeah, I mean, are they forcing people into the Switch 2 camp? I don't really understand.
Yeah, I'm not. It's a very strange business move. You know, because ideally they're not making most of their money from a 10-year-old system. They're making most of their money from the new system.
Edward Bova is saying that RGT was actually telling the truth, blah, 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 because Nintendo and other companies use terms called market condition instead of just saying tariffs.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just tariffs. They just don't want to say tariffs.
They don't want
to piss off Trump, and they don't want to piss off all of the people that like Trump.
Yes.
So they just say market conditions instead, which I don't really blame them for.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have a fucking head on your shoulders, you could put two and two together.
Yes.
The market conditions isn't like the weather.
Yeah.
I wanted to get a summer cart, which is an N64 ROM cartridge.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
It's open source, so you can get it on PCBWay, which is the best way to get all of your little doodads and tchotchkes. Except that it was $70 for 5 of them. Because you get 5, there's a minimum of 5 PCBs when you order from PCBWay, which I don't know if you know this is the best way to get all of your little doodads and tchotchkes. Except that for the assembly service, to assemble all 5 of them, it was over $500.
Jeez Louise.
It's not supposed to be over $500. One guess why it's that much, and it's market conditions.
Market conditions. According to current market conditions, the EverDrive 64. You're familiar with EverDrive?
Yes.
That's the standard in what would you call these things? Like,
it's been the standard.
Yeah,
I'll say that now everybody's getting the
flash cards. That's my word. This is the standard in flash cards. 160 for the X7 model.
The summer cart is like $50 if you get it from somewhere.
Right.
If you get it from PCBWay, it's a lot because they gotta make it. But if you get it from like a wholesaler, it's only $50.
But does it come in translucent red?
No. But if you want to pay $500 from PCBWay, you can get 5 of them, and you can get a translucent red one. Did I order one? No, wait, I didn't know. I need to get one because I got one. I ordered from PCBWay and then I canceled it because I was like, it's $500. So now I gotta order one of these.
Yeah. Oh, just get the EverDrive, man.
No, I can get the summer card for $50.
Okay, fine.
I was gonna get it from PCBWay, but now it's a lot more money. It's a whole decimal more money.
So would you say that it's no longer the best way to get all your little doodads and tchotchkes?
It's not the best way to get this one specific doodad and tchotchke. Twin Snakes GameCube for $1,000 due to market conditions.
There you go.
let's plow through this indie world because this is old news by this point.
Yeah.
But you know what? I didn't watch this at all.
Me neither. What do we got? We got Little Kitty.
Friday?
Yeah. No, it wasn't.
It says the 8th.
That's,
oh no! Oh, it's backwards.
Backwards.
Yes. It was on Thursday.
Yes, because it was because you got married, and then I said, "Hey Bob, there's a Nintendo Direct tomorrow," and you're like, "Oh, I hope it's not good because I don't want to watch it," and we didn't. So yeah, we got Little Kitty, Big City. The big game was Mina the Hollower. They showed off.
Did they one more thing that?
I
think they did.
I think that was the one more thing. Yeah, it's coming to Switch 2 and Switch 1 on Halloween, October 31st.
So there is a demo for it.
Yes.
This is Yacht Club Games' new game. It's a game that I demoed
this was
years ago.
Yeah, I played it. It was years ago. Yeah.
Where's? I'm trying to scroll through this. Oh, is there like a pre-roll? Oh my god, there's a pre-roll to this live stream. There it is. There's Mina the Hollower finally. It's interesting because it's like a Game Boy Color styled game.
Yeah.
But it is a full 16:9, and it is a top-down kind of like it looks like it plays like Zelda, like a retro Zelda game.
Yeah.
Because it's top-down, but it is more similar to like a Castlevania because you have like a
whip.
Like a whip.
Yeah.
You can also dig underground, and that's like a kind of weird, like cool traversal method. This game is sick. I played the demo years ago. They specifically told me that they don't do public demos. And now they have a public demo. And another cool thing that I haven't gotten to try out is that the demo on Switch 2 is 120 frames per second.
Wow.
It is basically the only game that is full 100 that actually utilizes full 120 frames per second. I have not gotten a chance to try it, but I would love to see that under a slow motion camera.
Yeah.
This is not a game that needs to be 120 frames.
No.
I think if they're listening, which they might be, little black frame insertion would go a long way here. That is when you insert a black frame every other frame.
Yes.
And if you have that along with a scanline filter, you get a really, really convincing CRT look. So that is a great utilization for 120 frames per second, is black frame insertion, getting some scan lines. That would go a long way in a game like this.
Also showed off Is This Sea Taken from Poti Poti Studios and Wholesome Games Presents. Heralding from Panic and Okomotive. Well Dweller from Kyle Thompson and Top Hat Studios. Ultimate Sheep Raccoon. Ball X Pit. Content Warning. It's now coming to Switch 2.
I played Content Warning.
Switch 1.
Content Warning is great.
Yeah. Glaciered. Coming to Switch 2 this summer as a Times console exclusive. Neverway from Cold Blood Inc. and Outer Sloth. It was co-directed by the pixel artist from Celeste. So there you go.
Which one?
Neverway. Yeah.
Oh. Celeste, they had like a falling out. They were gonna make a new game.
Yeah.
And the pixel artist and the I guess the main developer guy, they had like a falling out.
Yeah.
And they canceled the game.
In addition to the titles above, here's their montage of games that you might have missed. First game in the montage, UFO 50.
Yeah, I forgot that
got montaged.
That is not on Switch.
Now it's coming to Switch 1 as a timed console exclusive. Now it's available now.
Oh, that game would, if you're still here, put that in your motherfucking video because that game is sick as hell.
Yeah, that game immediately shot to the top of the charts when it launched.
Yeah.
So
UFO 50 is incredible.
Yeah.
It is a series of 50 NES styled games. I don't know if Wood's gonna like that much, but it is a really good game. You gotta play it.
Yeah, I know,
because they do a really good job of making these games feel like they were actual NES games.
Yeah. Also in the montage, Tiny Bookshop, Strange Antiquities, Opus Prism Peak, Golo Town, Cave of Quud, Undusted, Letters from the Past, and Winterborough.
Chris Mack in the chat said Wood played UFO 50 on stream and hated it. All right, somebody's got to. Maybe I'll curate 5 UFO 50 games that he might like.
Yeah.
Because you could skip around. You don't have to like unlock the game.
Right,
You
yeah,
can just skip to the games.
Mhm.
I didn't hate it. I played a few games and didn't love them. Okay, let me go through the games and I'll pick 5 that I think that you might actually like. Anyway.
So that's your indie world. It was indie-rific.
Yeah, the indie world. I mean, there were some good games.
Yeah, no, there were.
It happened. It came and went, and I didn't really hear anything about it. I think it's because none of these games were like big announcements. These are all games that all the games that I'm excited about that are here are games that I knew about already.
Yeah,
or that were on that
like
I've
15 minutes. So like,
yeah.
I think even Nintendo was like, let's get this out the door.
Yeah. So this kind of came out like a wet fart, and so did the partner direct that was the previous week.
Yeah.
So
would you say? I mean, I don't want to like add any more time to the clock, but would you say that maybe the Nintendo Directs are losing their luster
when there's nothing in them? Like, you gotta put something in them.
Yeah.
I think that this was all supposed to be one big Nintendo Direct, and they are pushing things for some reason.
Yeah,
that's what I think. And we'll probably get a Nintendo Direct soon. I mean, September, usually they do a big September Direct, so we'll probably get a first-party Nintendo Direct pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
I guess September. And then that will be one that people will get excited about. But these other ones, I don't think they were necessary at all.
Yeah.
Jamie Platt, thanks for the subscription. Okay. Oh, we also got Kylie the Gamer Princess. Thanks for the 2 months over on YouTube. Oh, and we got a lot of stuff I skipped. I'm so sorry. Organic Silver Moon Designs. Thanks for the $2. Michelle, thanks for the 2 months, and Sith Lord, thanks for the $2. Bob, glad you're out of jail. Thank you for having me back. The Elliot Adventures game from the Direct was incredible. Oh yeah, that was the actual Direct.
Oh yeah,
it's Square Enix. You know how they do their 2.5D?
Yes. It's
their take on a Zelda game.
Interesting.
Yeah, in that 2.5D style. Mm-hmm. It seems pretty cool. All right, let's plot through the rest. Okay. Take-Two boss won't say how much Grand Theft Auto 6 will cost. I'm not surprised.
In an interview with GameIndustry.biz, Strauss Zelnick put modesty aside and said that GTA 6 said of GTA 6, I do think it's fair to say that it is perhaps the most highly anticipated property release in the history of entertainment. Given this confidence, you might think the CEO would be willing to state the intended price for the game. However, when Variety spoke to him, he instead did not. Our goal is always to deliver more value than we charge, Zelnick told the outlet, which are words that look like they should mean something. He continued, so we've had variable pricing at the company forever, mentioning special editions and so on. The response finished, I think probably more than most, we're highly focused on making sure that the experience is great, not just because the game itself is great, but also because consumers have paid a fair price for it. So, not a whole lot of information in there, but like the article said, it is surprising that like he didn't just come out and say like this is what we're intending. I feel like there's pushback at Rockstar that like they want to charge a certain price, but Take-Two might say like no, do this.
I'd be shocked if this costs any less than $80.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be at minimum 80 and at most 100. I think that they could actually sell this for 100.
But like, would 100 be the base game? Or like, would 100 be like the deluxe edition that comes with all the extra?
Oh, I mean, there will be a deluxe edition,
yeah.
But I think that 100 might actually be the best game. I think at minimum it's 80, but it could actually be 100.
Yeah.
Anyway, Microsoft cancels Contraband, which is a game I need to figure out what it is.
Bloomberg journalist Jason Schreier first broke the news on Blue Sky, saying that Xbox is canceling Contraband, announced in 2021 from Avalanche Studios, the creators of Just Cause, after 4 years of radio silence. This was followed by an official confirmation from Avalanche on its website, which reads as follows. Over the past several years, Avalanche Studio Group and Xbox Game Studios Publishing have collaborated on Contraband. Active development has now stopped while we evaluate the project's future. We're thankful for the excitement we've seen from the community since we announced, and will give an update on what's next as soon as we can.
So this is the studio that did Just Cause.
Yes.
Just Cause.
Just Cause.
This is, I believe, a New York studio. Avalanche has 2 studios, and one of them's in New York.
And there's also 2 Avalanches.
There is 2 Avalanches, but I believe the Just Cause Avalanche is in
New York.
No,
Sweden.
Which
idiot?
Which one?
Avalanche Studios Group, makers of the Just Cause series, are based in Stockholm, Sweden.
But do they have a New York office?
New York.
Anyway,
yes, they do.
There we go.
To work on Just Cause 3.
Thank you very much.
While the Stockholm team was working on Mad Max for Warner Brothers.
That was around when I was applying to work at game companies. I don't know anything about this game.
Yeah, it didn't have like a big
There's
deal.
nothing to be excited about other than that it's the studio that made Just Cause. That trailer told me nothing.
At the time it was announced it would be a set in the 70s, Smuggler's Paradise called Bayan, but didn't see any gameplay since then. There's been nothing of the game. I think it's more about like it's another Xbox game that got cut.
Xbox is out here acquiring studios and cutting everything, but they didn't acquire.
They didn't acquire them. No, they just were funding this game. Then they're like, nah.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know the whole story. We're not, able to take a peek behind the curtain. We don't know like what the state of this game was, but it seems pretty bad that Xbox is out here just slashing.
I'm sure whatever the state of the game was probably didn't warrant Microsoft like shutting it down, because Microsoft just has been shutting games down left and right.
They've been a little trigger happy.
Yeah.
Yes. So next news: Guitar Hero veterans form rhythm game development studio Red Octane Games.
According to today's announcement, the small studio plays home to creators and developers who helped create and scale Guitar Hero and DJ Hero nearly 2 decades ago, as well as proven emerging development talent and community leaders from across today's rhythm gaming space. Red Octane is currently developing a range of rhythm-based experiences, with its first title scheduled to be revealed later this year. It describes itself as a company within Embracer Group's Free Mode, which offers support and guidance to independent operated businesses. The studio is headed by Simon Ebinger, who was production director on several Guitar Hero titles at Neversoft, and later served as studio head at Vicarious Visions and VP of operations at Blizzard.
I feel like we've heard this story before.
This one?
I feel like people from like Rock Band and Guitar Hero are always doing other things, and there's like always this like hope that like we're gonna get like a spiritual successor or some sort of rhythm game that's gonna be close.
So like the big thing with this is that because Red Octane was like absorbed into the Activision monolith and then eventually shut down after like the first wave of Guitar Hero games like petered out, and this looks like somebody who worked there got the rights back from Red Octane and is rebuilding it from the ground up with like a lot of people who worked on the original Guitar Hero to do something new. So this is tangentially related to Guitar Hero,
right?
But it's a new company from the ashes of the old company. I don't know what they're going to do. I doubt Guitar Hero and Rock Band are ever going to be as popular as they once were ever again. But
especially if you're not going to use the name.
Yeah.
And the reason why Guitar Hero and Rock Band were so hugely successful is all the licenses that were in there.
Yeah.
And I don't think companies have the gall to put all those licenses in a game anymore.
I don't know. I feel like music licensing is like not easier now.
It would be if like Sony did it.
Yeah. But like, music is cheap now. Like music gets licensed out like left and right. Like I don't think it's going to be that hard for them to get something in this game.
Also, rock music is dead.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, it is.
It was booming back then.
Oh my God, rock music is the best. Like, I love it when I hear like a new rock band come out. I'm like, oh man, this is pretty good. I hope they make more than one CD.
And then they don't.
Yeah, and then they don't. Have you seen what Davey Havoc looks like?
I can't look at him because he looks like my old boss.
I know. He looks like a guy.
The singer of AFI.
Yes.
And I did see an interview where he's got hit like a perm and like
and then the
giant
mustache.
mustache.
Yes.
It's insane.
Yes. He definitely looks like he knows the difference between Keystone Light and Pabst Blue Ribbon blindfolded.
They have a new album.
Yes.
Yeah. I have not listened to it.
Neither.
Okay. And that's the problem with rock music today is I don't listen to it. Moving on. Nintendo patent shows controller with a crank.
Oh, Nintendo has filed a patent application that suggests an interesting new way to play. The patent filed with the World Intellectual Property Organization shows a crank-like device built to attach to the side of a game controller, allowing you to crank up the fun. This is GameSpot, not me. Game journalism is dead. So yeah,
There's
it's
another picture I'm trying to find that shows the actual Joy-Con.
okay.
It's literally it is the play date.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know, like, just because they patent it doesn't mean it's going to come out or that they're developing games for it. It's just interesting that they are doing this because like the crank is like the signature gameplay mechanic of the Playdate.
Yeah.
And I doubt Nintendo is looking at the Playdate going, this is interesting. What can we do with this that isn't fishing?
So I guess it's literally going to be fishing.
Yeah.
I guess that this is like where the rail goes, like where the wrist strap piece goes.
Yeah.
Like this snaps on there. There's another drawing where it shows the Joy-Con like attached to it, but I can't find it. All I can think of is fishing.
I mean, that's all I can think of with the Playdate, and people are making like all different kinds of games with it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, actually, the Playdate has some really cool and innovative like games that utilize the crank. But a lot of times we see patents like this and then nothing happens.
Yeah. So
it's possible we don't see anything.
Yeah.
Or it's possible we get Link's Wacky Fishing Time.
yes. Or the next Zelda game, whenever that comes out, is gonna call back the Twilight Princess.
I was gonna say
cat.
this is Twilight Princess UHD.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tencent, they are admitting defeat and changing their Horizon ripoff.
Yes, Horizon. Tencent has updated its Light of Motirum Steam page just days after Sony filed a lawsuit alleging that the upcoming game is a slavish clone of Horizon. Let's see if they can show what the changes are. For those of you who don't know, Sony have filed a lawsuit against Tencent because they claim that their game, Light of Moritrum, is basically a one-to-one copy of Horizon Zero Dawn.
IGN's link is broken. The link to the game is broken.
So Tencent has updated the art.
Yep, this is no longer. So the art used to be this. It used to look like a straight up knockoff of the game, but now they just removed that from the
Steam page has been quietly updated with a number of screenshots and trailers removed, and the cover image changed from the Aloy lookalike image you saw to a less contentious one. The description has also changed. Originally it read, in a world overrun by colossal machines, explore the vast open world, build your base of operations, advance technology, train mechanimals, and take on formidable bosses. Starting from the primitive age, forge a new path of development, defy the machinations, survive the mechanimals. Now, however, it says, make smart use of everything around you to stay alive and face off against formidable bosses. Every step is fraught with danger and requires courage. Only by overcoming the challenges of survival can you carve out a place for yourself in this unforgiving land. So it basically removed any mention of like open world and mechanimals, as they say. Yeah. Is that enough to satisfy Sony? Probably not.
No, they're probably in the midst of a lawsuit.
Yeah. They're probably like looking at it and like, waiting for the game to launch before they like drop it. So they can
Oh, the game's not even out?
No.
Oh.
The to be announced was changed to Q4 2027.
Did they get a cease and desist or did they get straight up sued?
It's straight up sued.
Okay. It's too late then.
Yeah.
Changes. And it's actually damning to make those changes.
Yeah.
They can say in court, like, look, they changed it. They think that they're guilty.
Right.
Anyway, that's all the news.
Yeah, we did it.
This is a quote tweet. It says, breaking news, President Trump moved Obama and Bush portraits to a hidden stairwell. And then the quote tweet says, jumping into the Obama portrait, Mario 64 style, and appearing at a drone control station with an Xbox 360 controller in my hands. Anyway, now we're going to talk to you.
Yes. Let's start off by talking to people who have comments on, not last week, but 2 weeks ago's WULFF DEN Podcast over on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/podcast.
Victor Huff says, hearing Iron Mouse mentioned during one of these podcasts really caught me off guard, LOL. I guarantee she doesn't see herself as, quote, too big to be a guest on your podcast at all. If you ever reach out and have a chat with her, I'm willing to bet she would love to come on. I don't think so, but I appreciate it. I appreciate the thought. Pete says, hey, Bob, any tips for someone going to PAX for the first time? My girlfriend and I are going to PAX West later this month. Thank you. I've only been to PAX West one time. I'll give you my general tips for any convention. Don't get there the second it opens.
Yeah.
Go have a nice breakfast, wait a little bit, and then go. You're not going to get to do everything. Don't even try to do everything in one day. Just leisurely walk in, hang out, and then when you're tired, go back to the hotel.
Also, bring a snack.
Bring a snack.
Well,
PAX West is pretty cool because it's like in the middle of the city, so you can leave pretty easily. You can just walk out and like get lunch.
Because usually when I go to conventions with you, we don't leave.
Yeah.
So like I like to have like snacks and water with me just in case so I don't drop dead on the floor.
All the conventions around here, it's a pain in the ass to leave or go somewhere or even like New York Comic Con, the Javits Center, there's nothing over there. There's more stuff now, but it's still like there's not like a place to eat like outside. Whereas PAX West, there's a ton of shit right next to the convention. And also PAX West is like, I think it's like split up between different halls that are like all like next to each other.
Yeah.
So again, get your badge. Maybe like what I like to do is if you're doing a badge pickup, I don't like doing a badge pickup, but I will usually go like on an off time to like pick up the badge. Like maybe like if it's open on Thursday and I'm not going on Thursday, I'll go like late to like pick up my badge and then just leave. That way you're not waiting on huge lines and stuff. Anyway, Jonathan Santiago says, on the topic of GameCube Online, I always had a theory about Zelda games as the rumors of the Switch 2 began. I always thought that Nintendo were going to keep one in the online service and the other as an HD port. So I believe now that Twilight Princess might be announced within 1 or 2 years from now as the filler Zelda title like Skyward Sword was. I feel like that's just not enough of a big deal for them to announce as a filler title.
Yeah. I mean, with Skyward Sword, that was like a full HD remaster that got released on Switch 1. And if they're going to put out Twilight Princess, they would probably just load it up on Switch Online as like an afterthought. You know? Not like that Switch Online games are like afterthoughts, but they're not like presented as like the big deals as like a full retail.
Yeah, I mean, for Mario 64, they released it as a game. I mean, in a bundle. And then they also had it on Switch Online. Yeah. Like, I don't see why not just do that.
Yeah, I mean...
Same thing with Metroid. Like, I would like to see Prime be a Nintendo Switch Online game, and also, here's the remastered version.
Yeah, I don't know... I mean, Nintendo works in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
It could easily put both the GameCube originals up and the HD.
Yeah, like here's the way it was when it launched,
And here's a better
and then
version.
here's a better version.
Yeah.
And I think it's pretty with like Metroid is very clear. Like this is remastered.
Yeah.
Like this is the better version.
Mhm.
But then also here you can have this. L Boogie says, I would love to see Chrono Trigger and Shadows of the Empire on the Switch.
I mean,
guess through
yeah.
Switch Online.
I mean, there's a very real possibility. I mean, I'm surprised Chrono Trigger's not on there yet, but I would not be surprised if we get Shadows of the Empire.
I mean, Star Wars licensing would be difficult, but
I don't know because, like, I mean, fucking Aspire has it.
Yeah, I think that they're willing to play ball with that. I don't know how much Nintendo.
Somebody needs to talk to somebody.
Because there's a lot of great games that they could fart over to Switch Online.
And I mean, like, Hasbro's been putting out Shadows of the Empire figures this year. My Dash Rendar will hopefully come at the month or the beginning of September. But yeah, so like there's an audience for Shadows of the Empire.
Yeah. Like if you get like the pod racing game too and like all that stuff over there, people might pick up the console for that.
Yeah.
The pod racing game is on the Switch.
Yeah, but it's the PC port that Aspire did.
Right. Jeff T. Magic says Clay Fighters 1 and 2 on the SNES slapped. Hubert on SNES. LOL. Why the jump from 60 to 80? Kind of surprises me given Nintendo had one $70 game. Why not 70 as the new default? It's Mario Kart.
Yeah. It's the Mario.
They could get away with it, and they did. And they sold a lot. So.
Yeah, I mean, like,
it's because the world is so bad.
Yes.
It got so bad that your games jumped from $60 to $80.
Yeah. So there you go.
Anyway, we're in the chat.
Yes. Hello, everybody. How is UB?
I missed some notifications. A Maggot, thanks for the Prime, and Caleb Fox, thanks for the 35 month. Professor Rock says, Golden rings now shine. Bob and Hannah's vows take flight. Two hearts bloom as one. What the fuck is that? Is that Sailor Moon?
That sounds like some Sailor
Sounds like some Sailor Moon shit. I was late to the show tonight, distracted by the Mets. Pete Alonso is the team all-time home run leader.
Woo!
What does that mean to you, Will?
It means Mets. Doing good, baby. The Mets.
Baby.
Yeah, let's go Mets.
Great meeting you both Sunday at LA Retro. Why didn't you say who you were? I would have known who you were.
He blue skied us again.
Okay.
And I recognize him like, hey, it's that guy.
Let me
Go on blue sky for once in your
Blue
life.
Sky. The WULFF Den Podcast shirt is super soft. Oh my god. Thank you. Hey, I'm wearing it. There he is. I remember you. How you doing, Jeffrey? I'm not gonna put you on blast and put you on screen, but I see you.
Not sure if you guys mentioned it, but did you guys see that Helldivers 2 teased an ODST collab at the end of the Xbox trailer? I saw that after the fact.
I didn't see that, but that sounds
Yeah.
really cool.
They did what's that game? The first person shooter that Sony that Guerrilla
Killzone?
Games made. Killzone. Yeah, they did a Killzone crossover for Helldivers 2 on PS5, so that makes sense.
Okay.
I got confused because they were doing all the Hellblade announcements, so I thought there was going to be Halo content in Hellblade. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, that doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah.
So, Bob, what is your opinion on the higher ups did their pitch and it all just stopped? Banjo-Kazooie almost got a TV show. All right, well, I'm not reading this whole article.
I mean that probably would have been bad. Looks like
if it was a cartoon,
yeah, but doesn't mean it was going to be good. This is around 2007. They pitched it to 4Kids Entertainment, who was doing the Viva Pinata TV show. People's
did they do a Viva Pinata TV show?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I was not watching Saturday morning cartoons at this time.
Viva Pinata, I'd imagine, didn't do very good.
This said it was popular. It ran for a couple seasons.
Okay.
But like, yeah, Banjo-Kazooie would have been like a bigger deal because people actually like Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, I would have maybe watched that.
Yeah.
That could have gotten me into the games.
Yeah.
Anyway. I would pay $100 per Nintendo game. You can't get them anywhere else. Nothing comes close. I would pay it, but I would be very upset about it.
Yeah.
I would not be happy.
I would. Yeah. And it's not like I can wait for the price to go down because Nintendo games don't go down in price.
Yeah. I would pay for it, kicking and screaming. PAX West is great. Aside from the main show floor, check out the main panels from Gabe and Tycho. The D&D game Acquisitions Incorporated and the Omegathon. Assuming those things all still happen. I haven't been to PAX since 2019.
The fact that Amiibo is $30 now is complete BS. These market conditions suck ass. Yeah, like they're re-releasing King K. Rool, and he's like significantly more expensive than he used.
Yep, everything sucks.
Everything is bad.
I already talked about my PCBs going up in price.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fucking disaster. Supposedly, the head writing team before the Banjo show was the writing team that was assembled by 4Kids TV to do the 2003 TNT series that I think Will likes a lot.
Oh, the 2003 Ninja Turtle show. That show rules. So maybe it wouldn't have been bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Speaking of McDonald's, those scalper in Japan for Pokemon cards and leave food behind. What?
Oh, that was like a big thing. They're buying, like in Japan, McDonald's.
They'll buy like a Happy Meal,
and
take
then
the
throw out
toy.
the food, and yeah.
I mean,
try to scalp the Pokemon card.
People did that here with the Monopoly game.
Yeah.
You just buy like a large fry, throw it out, and take all the little pieces.
And it turned out that was all for nothing because that was a mafia scam.
I'll never forget. My friends were super into that because it was gambling. You're gambling for Monopoly pieces to like win a prize.
Yeah.
And my friends would go pick garbage at like 2 a.m. from all of the McDonald's around Long Island.
Yeah.
And I would be in the car and they would pull up to a McDonald's, get out, kick over the trash can, pull through like raccoons, and take all the little Monopoly pieces that people didn't take off of their fries.
Yeah.
And they never won fucking anything because it was a mafia scam.
Yeah. There's a really great documentary on HBO about it. I think it's called McMillions. Check it out.
Bob, did you try Acts of Blood demo yet? No, what is that? That's not the Shinobi one, right? I did play. I tried Shinobi.
Acts of Blood is a beat 'em up action third-person game which focuses on fast-paced, brutal hand-to-hand combat. Oh, that sounds more up Will's alley. There's a demo for Hell Is Us out.
Oh,
that
that
I want
game.
to try. Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta try that game.
Yeah.
I've never seen Acts of Blood before in my life.
Me neither. But I do like me a good
That looks
beat 'em
sick.
up game. And there's like no, aside from like,
It looks like Sifu.
yeah, aside from like the Warriors on PlayStation 2, there's not a lot of good like 3D brawlers.
Mm-hmm.
So this looks like something I can get behind.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
I played the Shinobi demo.
Yeah.
And I wasn't too thrilled about it. The art is beautiful. Apparently, it doesn't look that good on Switch because it's 720p scaled up to 380. It's good, but like I'm not too jazzed about it because it's Shinobi. I already told you this, but Shinobi is a shooter because you're shooting Shurikens the whole time. But in this game, they made it a hack and slash, and you barely get any Shurikens, and they added like a million abilities, and every button does a different thing, and there's like a skill tree and all this shit. And it just doesn't feel that good to like move around and stuff and like chain all of your different moves together. So I'm not too jazzed about it. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound is fucking awesome.
I've been meaning to play that.
Play that game.
Yeah.
That game is sick as hell. My dad won the McDonald's Monopoly board game from that. He gave it away as a Secret Santa gift. He won a copy of the board game. My friends used to get like a free large fry.
Yeah, that's like
you
the
know?
most you can get. Like
Yeah.
maybe like a large fry or a gift card or something. You never got like the big screen TV or the $1 million or whatever.
Yeah.
I saw.
I want
Oh.
that clear PCB for the Game
That was
Boy.
it. Did
Yeah,
you see that?
I did
That
see
looks
that.
sick.
Let me see if I can pull that up.
And they put it in a clear Game Boy case. Looks nice. But like, how do you make a clear PCB?
It's just plastic. I mean, the PCB doesn't like the green part of the PCB doesn't matter.
Okay.
There's nothing there. It's just garbage. It's just
Well, because it's got to be. I thought it had to be like some sort of like metal to like conduct the electricity.
only the copper. Only the copper traces need to be metal. I mean, okay, so
Like a silicone board.
yeah, so there is. You know what?
All right, here we go. You're gonna go get one of those little doodads and tchotchkes. Quick comic book stuff. What do I want to talk about? So the new Batman series by Matt Fraction and Jorge Jimenez. Damn it.
Keyboard PCB.
Okay.
So you can see on that side that I handed to you. Now I think you flipped it.
All
You
right,
fucked
this
the thing
side.
up. Yeah. So you see how it's mostly black, but you can see the traces.
Yeah.
Well, no, on your the side that you're looking at.
So that I'm looking at.
Yeah, you see the traces.
Yes.
That go to each little component.
Yes.
You could. It's called a trace because you could trace it with your finger. You can look at it.
Yes.
Those traces are copper.
Right.
So that's what the electricity flows through.
Okay.
Now, the rest of the board
Mm-hmm.
on that particular board is a ground fill. So there
Okay.
is actual some conductivity
Right.
throughout the whole board. It's just the ground layer. It's just what's
Gotcha.
attached to the ground.
Mm.
However, you don't need that. You can just run a trace instead.
Mm-hmm.
So so if you do it that way, you can the board can just be clear. It could be anything. It could be it could anything that's non-conductive, basically. So the green part is coding, really. Well, that would be like the fill zone, but like it doesn't have to be a fill zone.
Right.
It could just be. It could all be traces.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, go back to talking about the new Fraction Batman run.
So I'm
I didn't know
excited.
Matt Fraction's doing Batman.
Yeah, I think September it's gonna be Batman #1, so they're relaunching Batman. It's only like the 4th time they've done that in history. It's him and it's Jorge Jimenez, who has been illustrating Batman for God knows how long, and that's all cool. My thing is they're currently in the middle of Hush 2, the sequel that nobody wanted but everyone's kind of okay with. And like that has been delayed, like the last 2 issues or 3 issues or whatever are like delayed, and they don't know when that's coming out. The plan was for Jim Lee to illustrate Hush 2 ahead of time so it came out on time. But of course, Jim Lee can't do a book on time anymore. So that's gotten delayed. And now it's just going to launch. The new book is just going to launch. And it's going to reference events that happened in Hush 2 because that's all in continuity. So thanks for screwing up the schedule again, Jeff Loeb and Jim Lee.
Well, thanks for hanging out.
Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for chatting with us. As always, the WULFF DEN Podcast is every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on twitch.tv/WULFDEN or youtube.com/WULFF DEN Podcast. Unless one of us gets married, then we're not going to do the show. But if you can't make the show for any reason at all, we always put the archive version up over on youtube.com/WULFF DEN Podcast, so you can go and check us out over there on demand.
Not to each other, just to be clear.
Yes.
Although I guess that could, I mean, let's not rule out all possibilities.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. We each got married to different
Different
women.
people.
If you can't make the show for any reason at all, we always put the archive version up over on youtube.com/WULFF DEN Podcast, so you can go check us out over there on demand whenever you want. If you prefer to listen to us rather than watch us, you can do that as well. We're also an audio podcast on any and every podcast service such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube Podcasts, Pocket Cast, Overcast, Audible.com. The list goes on, but no matter where you get the show from, folks, please be sure to subscribe, rate, and review us because that helps us with placement on all of those respective platforms. I did that bumper read to my wife last night because she asked, like,
Because she was having trouble going to sleep.
yes. So
Could you do the bumper read
yeah.
again?
So like I said it, she just looked at me like, God, what have I done?
I cannot do that. I will be live on Thursday, probably. I think I want to mess around with the Aya Neo flip. Oh, yeah, I have it. I forgot that I have it here. I'm also going to try to have a video out on Thursday. I am pretty late on getting my shit done for that, though. So I'm going to try my best to get everything done tomorrow, but we'll see. Anyway, goodbye. Go watch AJ.
Bye.